Yes, I can hear you.
All good, Jim.
Yes, everything good. Just checking this strange decision from
Yeah,
the referee.
it looks like an Oracle problem, right?
Yeah, 2 hour
Yeah,
delay. It's very strange.
2 hour delay in sending the price feed, then overturning the previous information that was sent. Yeah, very suspicious. That's why we need decentralization.
Yeah, maybe the appeal that there was an appeal in the middle or something.
Yeah, we should. I mean, give more context that this is about the football game, so people, I mean, listen this, without any context, and then they think that someone was hacked. No, it was about the Argentina against Morocco football game. Makes me a bit sad. This is the beginning of the Olympics, and starting like this is not not great. But well, what you're going to do? Okay, let's wait 1 minute, and then we can start. Okay, hello everyone. Um, Welcome to Kleros community call of July 24th, 2024. As you know, Kleros is like digital Judge Judy coin, but with more blockchain and less SaaS, according to Grok. I mean, it's quite cool to be experimenting a bit with Grok. And I asked it what it's Kleros, and well, that's the answer. But it also says nice things like Kleros is the United Nations of blockchain at some point. So yeah, I was just playing a bit around. Okay, so we have this week. Well, we didn't have calls the last few weeks because well of the conferences we were on. As you know, we were at the ETH CC where we had a bunch of calls, of course, of talks about different aspects with the team. We typically meet twice a year. One is at ETH CC, with at the beginning was in March, now in July, and well, the other one is in at DevCon. So we met at TC this time in Brussels, and also an opportunity to meet with a number of team members that we didn't know in person. So as you know, our work is remote. So each time we go to a conference, sometimes we start meeting new members that we didn't know before. And this time the team is also larger. We are about 30 at Kleros now, so that's a lot, and so more people that we get to meet face to face at each conference. So we had the chance to have spent some time together, and also gave a few talks. Mine was about governance lessons that we can bring from the world of proof of humanity and all of the governance drama that typically people know. And so, what happened? What was done wrong? What could have been done differently? Um, this is very well. This is very connected to the research and the collaborations we do with Blockchain Gov about DAO governance, and how to structure DAOs for better decision making, how to make constitutions, how to make separation of powers, what can we learn from traditional institution building that we can implement into the world of blockchains, because in the end, humans are humans, and they have the same emotions, they have the same problems, and they have the same reactions to situations of conflict. And there's a lot of things we can learn from the world of institutions, and also the world of corporate governance, which has been researching this type of issues for a long time. So my talk was about that. There was a talk by Clément about prediction markets, and another talk by a workshop actually with Wang Yan and Alex about governance as well, with a number of lessons on how you can build a better governance for your DAO, and what are the different trade-offs that exist in these types of situations. And a final talk by William. I will maybe let him pitch the talk himself since he's here. So yeah, William, go ahead. Passing the mic.
William, I just sent you the invitation. Maybe I don't know if
I think he's
will
in
be
a
able to
train,
receive
so
it.
let's see if we can speak and if you can.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. So I talked about SPTs and how they can be used in juror selection and weighting. These whole questions around, like, if you have some kind of credential or expertise, maybe some institution issued you an SPT directly saying that you're an expert in something. Maybe you establish that expertise into a curated list using it's backed by Kleros, and then how you can incorporate this into the sort of drawing procedure. So research we've been doing for a while, making like Kleros maybe a bit more sort of like Web 2 kind of user experience, and sort of formal qualifications to be a juror in certain courts. But then also you can use kind of like reputation like systems to try to make sure that you draw a diverse panel so that you have different kinds of points of view, which a lot of social science research has shown is useful for getting good decision making. So we've done a lot of research based off of sort of work that Glenn Weil and his collaborators have done, that like specifically around SPT weighting and quadratic funding that we've adapted. It turns out to be a very similar problem in interesting ways to this weighting problem in Kleros. There are interesting open questions if there are other mechanisms that also sort of are weight in these natural ways. So I invite you all to check out the talk. I had a fair amount of research that I'd been like working on recently that like on these topics that didn't make it into the talk because the talk wasn't very long, that I'm continuing to like write up and think about, and you might expect to see in other full prison forums sooner rather than later.
Cool. Thank you. So regarding also governance and all this, so we also participated in a very nice workshop based on the blockchain governance toolkit that was developed by Blockchain Gov and Project Liberty, to which I am an advisor, and it's a little cookbook in the sense that it's like they see like a governance of DAOs like as a cooking governance system, and this cookbook is like a guide that you can follow to. It doesn't tell you exactly how to build your governance, but it does tell you how you can how you can think about the trade-offs that happen between different dimensions of this process of building. Do you want for example, more speed to make decisions? Well, if you want more speed, then you may need to sacrifice a bit of participation, because if you have more people involved into the decision, well, this will take more time. So there is like a trade-off there. So this model developed by the blockchain Gov and Project Liberty tries to help DAO leaders and communities in general to try to understand what are the trade-offs that are involved in all of these decisions of structuring the design of the DAO. And it was also really interesting in the sense that they picked a bunch of DAO examples. One of them was the MakerDAO. Another one was Kleros, and another one was don't remember the name, but it was a social media DAO. And participants studied the way in which these DAOs work and the path towards decentralization. So we have mentioned a number of times that goal of Kleros is to be more decentralized in the future, and at some point even the DAO should be able to work even when the founding team and the core team exit, and this should be like like a country in some way, when there is a bunch of founding fathers, but who structure the early governance institutions, structure the way in which the institution works, and then at some point, if they have done their work correctly, they should be able to, leave it to its own devices. And if the mechanism is correctly designed, this should be able to work. I don't want to say smoothly, but at least, it shouldn't break at least. And then, there's questions about how much flexibility you want in your DAO. Do you want rules to be immutable, or do you want members to be able to change them at some point in the future? So all of these type of trade-off that all of DAO founders need to ask themselves. So we had the opportunity to discuss a lot of these situations in the life of Kleros, and what we imagine is going to happen in the future moving forward. So super interesting work there. We participated with William and with Alex, who is our DAO lead. I don't know, William, if you want to add something to this.
I don't really have much to add. It was an interesting exercise. Book is useful. It has lots of interesting points. I think it's available online. But yeah, sort of these give us a structure to think about, discussions we've been having with respect to Kleros for a while. And it's interesting to compare that with the other projects.
Yeah, indeed. Cool. So that, and then we also had some time to have some fun. We went to Bruges with the team. We went to visit a bit, Brussels, a beautiful country. We took a little boat on Bruges, at least some of us, and then and then lots of time to build bonds with the team members, and to try to, as they call it in the corporate world, like team building exercises. So super cool. And then other people, after the ETH CC week, I had to go to the US. I went to Chicago. I was invited to a conference which is very cool called SubTech. It's a conference that is done since 1990. It's a conference where they gather a group of 40 to 50 people from around the world that they consider like innovators in the field of legal technology. Part of these people are academics who are doing research about new technologies and how to implement them in the field of law. Another part of the participants are practitioners, like, for example, there were people from Thomson Reuters, which is a very important legal technology firm. There were people from Nitera and other important companies who work in this industry. And then, of course, Kleros, represented by me. And then also some regulators that are people who are seeing the evolution of these new technologies and try to understand how this will affect the public good in societies, and if necessary, how to regulate them and how to steer them in the direction that will be better for society. So it was 2 days, extremely exhausting because it was all day, and we went. As I said, it was 40 to 50 people, invite only for the conference. It took place at the Northwestern University School of Law, which is one of the most important law school in the United States. You go there, you present for 10 minutes, and then there is another 10 minutes of discussion of your work, and then another one comes. We were, as I remember, the only blockchain project that was represented, most of the people who were chosen for this year were doing research on AI, how to use AI for drafting contracts, how to use AI to make decisions about cases, how to use AI to predict how a judge or a jury will decide. So lots of discussions are about that, and there were like workshops comparing different LLM models. So lots of super interesting discussions about how AI is going to affect the future of law, and in this context, how Kleros can make a contribution to trying to review or correct a bunch of problems that could be happening after AI becomes a more important technology in the legal industry. For example, how to use Kleros to prevent biases coming from AI models, and that could result in not guilty people like go to jail, for example, or this thing that AI machine learning models cannot really give reasons about why they make some decisions, and this is, I mean, in an industry like legal, is important, and everyone can see that justice was served, and even non-experts need to understand the reasons why decision was made. Otherwise, they will not understand it, and they will not use it. So super interesting conference. Really honored for us to be invited. It's, as I mentioned, it's a invite only, and we were the only project coming from the Web3 industry. So that was super cool, and there were people that are from Hong Kong, Austria, or many of them from the United States. There were people from Netherlands. There were people from, I think, from Australia. But representation of all of the world, all of them, focus on legal technology, and some also grew to see some friends of Kleros for a long time. For example, Amy Schmidt, who is a professor at Ohio State University, and she has been a researcher about Kleros for a while now. She was in our podcast. She has a bunch of papers where she discusses Kleros. Also, she co-authored the new handshake book with Colin Rule. And so I actually, this is the first time I get to meet her in person after collaborating with her for a long time. And there was another person that I personally follow called Bob Ambrogi. Bob Ambrogi is like very famous, like influencer in the world of legal technology. So he's a very well-known and respected journalist in this industry. And the other day, and he gave me the scoop that he had before anyone else, that something was happening in the world of legal tech, that back then, a few days ago, it was still embargoed, so nobody could say anything, but now it's public. So yesterday was announced the largest ever investment of venture capital firms or investors into a legal tech project. Clio is a software development company that does software for law firms, and they received, listen to this, 900 million investment from very high level VCs. Silicon Valley money now starts to pour into the legal tech industry, which one would expect to raise lots more interest of many more investors to look more into the space. And of course, this will benefit, I guess, actors that already have built a reputation in this industry, including, of course, at least we hope, Kleros. Okay, so really exciting things coming into legal tech. We are still in the early phases, but we are already starting to become like a mainstream part of technology and innovation. Lawyers are usually seen as conservative and risk averse. It seems to be changing because of a new generation coming and digital transformation of everything. So I think this industry is looking better and better to be in at the moment. So that is about SubTech conference, and now everyone going back to their places, their countries, and we have a different product that's still under development. Proof of Humanity 2.0 is under development, almost finished and almost ready to relaunch. We are thinking different strategies for us to launch a Kleros 2.0 version that is going to be focused on small value cases very soon. So for large value cases, we still need a different things to be aligned, including bridges. But for small value cases, we are like quite close to having something that can be delivered, to which we could eventually start moving all of the new use cases based on consumer claims, like what we are doing with Lemon in the world of fintech. Then we are also in discussions with a number of different mainstream companies like insurance, governments, who want a setup similar to what we have with Lemon. So these are ongoing discussions. So everything is going well, business development side. And so that is where I'm focused now, mostly like trying to push those conversations for them to become pilots. And I will let maybe Jean now give an update from his side.
Yes, just would like to mention that I'm pretty excited about these latest developments. Looks really feels bullish from the inside. And one thing that we have is that I think 10 days ago, the contest about the French elections that we collaborated with Fordland, a prediction market platform made by Polkar Markets. The contest ended, and we have, I believe, 36 winners. And we have sent an email, and we need the winners to send their details so we can send the prizes. That's one thing. Another thing is that there's a protocol that we collaborated with on some events, and they are also have we have a partnership with them for them to use Kleros with their clients whenever it's necessary. It's called Q Protocol, and they launched a token. They announced the launch last week, and this Monday people could start claiming the tokens. And their airdrop covered lots of protocols related to governance, and one of the protocols was Kleros. So if you were a juror before, or if you have a PNK, I recommend you double check if you have some allocation of this token. And another thing that I would like to mention, that we still have the program for submitting tags, contracts, and domains to our Kleros Curate lists. You get some amount of PNK according to how valuable your submission is, and the number of submissions that you make. I believe last month we received 400 submissions. So we were having like record number of submissions each month, and last month we had a little bit of a decline. So just would like to mention that, just in case someone is interested. That means that probably the submissions will be well rewarded for your time. And I think that's it for me. Oh, one thing, I don't know if you mentioned, Federico, but we have like the record amount of cases of Lemon.
I did not mention that.
Yeah, We had 15 cases this month so far, and this is probably because Lemon integrated directly on the application a button where people can make their claim. So we are expecting to see this to continue.
Yeah, so now we can say that this process is not anymore like a pilot that we are running with Lemon, even if I still refer to it like that. It's basically a part of the official resolution process of Lemon that they use to resolve claims that are not resolved where the customer service is not enough because the customer is still unsatisfied because of the decision. So this is already part of the Lemon dispute resolution process. So it's working. It's real. It's a real world use case. This is not like a kind of crypto intricate use case. This is something that is solving consumer claims from real people having disputes with companies. And this model that we developed with Lemon can be and is on the process of being integrated with different companies in fintech, insurtech, and traditional finance, government, e-commerce. So we are already in discussions to implement some pilots, and then hopefully from those pilots, use cases will become real. So this is I would say not only an important element for Kleros, which obviously is, but it's at some point also an important element in the blockchain industry. Because this is a service that a blockchain app is providing to non-blockchain apps. So this is bringing resources into the blockchain industry, which doesn't come from someone buying a token, but from someone paying for a valuable service in itself. So this is, in my view, something that is important to mention as well.
I would like to say add one thing more because I heard sorry, I heard lots of comments about the ECC because there are so many layer 2s and layer 3s and data availability layers and applications that are about infrastructure. So people were kind of asking, okay, there's a lot of infrastructure now. Where are the actual use cases? Where are the actual applications? So I think we are well positioned to offer that.
I mean, sometimes sometimes the blockchain is only a small part of the solution for something. In the case of and sometimes so you don't need that much sophistication in making sure that everything is on chain and possible to attack, because in the case of Lemon, for example, a part of the process is still done off chain, but Kleros does provide the jury network service of decision making that is transparent and people can see that. But this is only part of a more complex process that also involves AI. So the future of the digital solution is going to be this combination of technologies that will align into solving this real life problem that we are solving for Lemon and that we will solve for also other companies. And sometimes you don't need all of the on-chain parts to be like on-chain because not all the process works on-chain. And it doesn't mean that this cannot solve real problems, because it does solve real problems and the people are happy with it, the partner is happy. We are about to renew the contract, and so as I said, this is part of the official process for dispute resolution. So it's going really, really great, and that's why also there is lots of interest to start implementing this in also other industries. So this is a great piece of news. I think that I don't have much more. I don't know, Jean, if we have something else to comment today.
Yeah, I think we can comment a little bit about the upcoming events
Oh, yes, of
in
course. Go ahead.
in Argentina and Uruguay. We have well, Federico will be giving a talk or actually being a part of a panel in Ethereum Argentina in Buenos Aires, like in the beginning of August, and we are also participating of Ethereum Uruguay on the hackathon. That well, there's also another event in the middle called Crecimiento, or that will be basically a long-term conference of 1 month. So it will bring
That's a
lots
lot.
of different, yeah.
I would say it's a combination between the Olympics and the crypto conference, and a bit of Burning Man too.
Yeah, it's a lot like Burning Man because there's also people are invited to create their own side events and basically create tracks about different interests, and well, many of the Kleros members will be there, will attend, and some are collaborating a little bit with the organization. And so the people that will attend Ethereum Argentina, some of them will also go to Crecimiento, and some of them will also go to Ethereum Uruguay. So it will be a big month for crypto in Latin America.
And if it weren't enough, even I am going to be actually in Colombia in the blockchain summit in Bogota on the 15th and the 16th. This is the blockchain summit. And the day before, I was invited, so as they learned I was going to Colombia, they invited me to also speak at an event they are organizing at the Universidad del Externado, which is one of the most important universities in Colombia. I'm not sure if it is a public event, but if we have, I guess it is. If we have members of the community who wants to attend, I mean, reach to us and we will give you some tickets so you can see me in Bogota. So 14th of August, the Externado event, and then 15 and 16 is the blockchain summit LATAM. Okay, I guess that's it. Anything else, Jim, we want to mention?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, well, thank you very much for coming, guys, and good luck to all of your countries in the Olympics. See you.
See you. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.